The star of today's video is going to be this 1993 Chevy S10 pickup, but this procedure will be the same for any 1982 to 93 Chevy S10 pickup, S15 GMC, and also the Isuzu that's the same. What we're working on is the flasher for the left turn signal. The left turn signal is not flashing. So let's go through the diagnosis and complete this repair. So just to diagnose, when I turn on my right turn signal, flashes, everything looks normal. When I turn on my left, light goes on and stays on. So let's see what the lights are doing. So up here, I have that one on, looking good there. Back here, all dark. Think we're on to it. Got you set up there at the proper tail light level. T15, I'll put a link in the description of the bit set that I like to use. Made by Milwaukee, they're impact ready. No sense just buying the one you need because you're going to need the other one tomorrow. Buy the whole kit. And you think, oh, something's stuck. Well, you're right. You couldn't be more right. Because inside here, there's a couple more screws. One there. And one there. And look at that. We got ourselves a light assembly. Bottom one, obviously, reverse lights. Middle one, running light. Top one, tail and turn. That's what we need. For this truck, we need an 1157 bulb. And we could pretty much guarantee that that bulb is blown. And I'll show you what I'm looking at in real time. Is a bulb that is cracked and is white and blue and weird all over. I'm going to try not to break it in my fingers because that glass is probably fairly sharp. What these require is pushing the bulb in and back about a 16th of a turn, 1/8 of a turn, something like that. And because this bulb is already broken, yeah, that's what I didn't want to happen right in my fingers. We're okay. I was pretty sure it was stuck like that. Now I'm going to get pliers and finish this up. So I'm going to try to take that inner part and just push and twist, if it will. There it goes. Ah, and somebody had bulb grease in there, which is actually a good thing. The grease is actually, if you don't know, it's called dielectric grease. That grease is put in there for the reason of sealing out contaminants. It does not conduct electricity. It does the opposite of conduct electricity. It's an insulator. So for that reason, you can put it in there pretty a lot of it, and you're not going to hurt anything. When you're putting these in, this is an 1157 bulb. You see one pin is closer to the end and one pin is farther away. We'll just feel it in there and see which one it likes. There we go. Just a little 16th of a turn, 1/8 of a turn. And then in here, this was the release. Didn't know if I really showed that. You put your thing in there and then turn it, clicks, and that's all you got to do. Put your hardware back in, you're good to go. The bottom one should be an 1156 bulb. The difference is the 1157 is a dual filament, and this one is only a single filament, only needs to turn the one lamp on. So I went up and did the other side too. They came in a pack of two, so why not just do them? That way they'll also be the same brightness. Maybe the old one was dimmer because it's old, or just because it was a different wattage bulb, whatever. Let's just give a verification of the repair here. It is good. That's all this one needed. I hereby declare that taillight bulb Wildwood certified. Thanks for watching. All my videos are available free to everyone. If you'd like to support the channel in a greater way, such as financial, you can do that by going down to the description box below the video. There is a part that looks like a heart with a dollar sign through it. You can donate money to the channel in any amount you wish. Please do not feel obligated, and please donate only if you have the means. Thank you.